Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hey, I'm John.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of... Sounds like Chewbacca.
Schwarzenegger, he's the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
Greetings, welcome, salutations, faithful listeners or any newcomers to the podcast. We welcome you.
If this is your first episode, I suggest you go back and at least start from the beginning of this movie.
Yeah, sure, why not? Go listen to the first 2 episodes and then come back.
Yeah.
We'll continue talking
The
to you.
movie is, at least for now, available on Netflix, and it's as good as it's ever been. I love it.
That is to say, it's just fine.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about best of the best, by the way.
It is.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a classic Atlanta Sweetwater 420
I feel like that's
extra pale ale.
Atlanta's like
It's the
flagship beer, right?
Yeah, I would say that probably Creature Comforts, due to its popularity in the Marvel sphere and elsewhere, has now become like the most popular beer from Georgia. But 420 to me is like quintessentially home.
And I am drinking New Belgium's Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA.
It's delicious.
It is strong and delicious.
Yeah.
I feel great.
Yeah. I have enough in this can to see me through this show.
I'm gonna finish. I'll get there. I'm good. But I'm gonna have another can at the ready for whatever's next.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as Kevin said, welcome. We're here. We're talking about Best of the Best, 1989, starring James Earl Jones, Eric Roberts, Chris Penn.
Academy Award nominees abound.
That's right. And
Sally Kirkland.
And I have to say, as a first time viewer, and we talked about this in the last episode, is like you grew up watching movies just like this. So when you see it, it's like this. If this movie was a person, you'd be like, I know that guy.
Yeah,
He's fine.
yeah.
He's fine. I like him.
For sure.
You're not going to invite him over all the time. You're not going to room with him. But you want to hang out with him from time to time.
Yeah, it's fun,
right?
man. I mean, and it's like completely just like, it's a blast. You know, it's like a great one night stand. Like, there's no commitment afterwards. You just move on with your life.
There's some great moments that you'll take with you forever.
You cherish forever.
That's great.
Do you remember what's happened up to this point in the film?
So the only thing that's happened is that an invitational tournament competition thing has been announced between America and Korea. We've met the contestants who earned their spots in the national competition to be on the team. A bunch of dudes, including Alex and Tommy,
the main two
Virgil,
dudes.
Sonny, and Travis, piece of shit from Miami, Florida. And they are coached by one James Earl Jones.
Coach Couzo.
And after they find out they're going to be on the team, he gives them permission to go out for one last night on the town before it's 3 months of complete celibacy and focus and training. And they go to a country and western bar in Los Angeles. And for the next, seems like 15 minutes of the movie straight, there's a bar fight.
There's some laughs. We laughed.
There's
cried.
some laughs. We get to know the characters a little bit. Travis is a complete scumbag, as we already knew, because he's a racist shit.
Virgil is like,
he's like
deceptively charming.
Metaphysics, and I almost expected Virgil to be from Germany or something like that. It would have made more sense for him to be like foreign, but he's not. And then there's Sonny, who's sort of like a simple guy from Detroit with simple pleasures in life. He's Italian. He mentioned several times. And then there's Tommy.
He doesn't understand military time. We know that about him.
And then there's Tommy, who runs a dojo for children.
Yeah.
And then there's
he's the badass of the group, really.
Yeah, he's like your anchor on the team. And then there's Alex, Eric Roberts' character, who is if if this movie was made now, they probably make him a little older, a little more washed up, but he made the team because he got the most heart. Kevin Costner would play this role.
Yeah, I wonder what the draw was for Coach Couzo to choose him.
I think that
he needed type.
He needed a veteran presence in the clubhouse, to borrow a baseball expression.
Baseball. He's definitely got a little gas left in the tank. He's got a little kid at home named Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that catches us up. So this is the eve before, and they've just caused mayhem.
Right,
with impunity at this bar.
I assume we're picking up the next morning. Is that the impression you got?
Yeah, that is the impression I got as well. So yeah, a beige Mercedes, one of those sweet 80s Mercedes.
It made me wonder whatever happened to beige cars.
You still see some, but they're not as beige, maybe. They're not as cream colored. They're more khaki now.
Yes. A beige Mercedes pulls into the parking lot at the training facility. A pair of women's legs get out of the car and walk on in.
I love the handy cam following the legs is like sort of shaking.
It was like the beginning of Roadhouse.
Yes.
With the legs. But anyway, a woman walks into Coach Couzo's office. She introduces herself as Catherine Wade. Couzo seems surprised.
Even though she's like, I believe you've been expecting me.
Does that mean he's never once looked at the dossier on Wade that the guy gave him?
I doubt he ever looked at it.
Jennings?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my take, is that he was like, oh shit, I forgot you were coming.
Now Don, the other trainer, he takes it in stride, introduces himself, asks her if she wants some coffee.
And she's like, nah.
She declines and he steps aside. I'm a big fan of Don. Don's a stand-up dude.
He's a gentleman.
Couzo bluntly says he didn't ask for her to be here. He doesn't need any help. He's rocking a members-only jacket, burgundy.
Love it. My pawpaw had that jacket. Same jacket.
Awesome. She leaps to the conclusion that his beef with her is because she's a woman.
Probably.
Like, well, I am a woman, Mr. Couzo. But in spite of this handicap, I'm hopeful that in the next few months, my usefulness to this team will become apparent. She's playing it like very zen-like.
Yeah, her delivery is very even, very calm, but there's tension under her words.
Oh, is that what you're getting?
Yeah, just that she's like, because she's still forceful, she's still confident. That's the vibe that I got from her.
So Couzo asks her exactly what it is that she thinks she's going to teach the team. She says she can train their minds as well as their bodies, that she grew up in the Far East, she says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She studied Buddhism, Hinduism, yoga, and meditation. She holds a Taekwondo belt.
Nice.
Couzo patronizingly says that must make her a very well-rounded person. This definitely won't be the last time that he proves this, but Couzo's like an asshole.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Wade says she wants to share her knowledge with the team. Couzo says, well, you were hired by Mr. Jennings, and I have to accept that. But I'm just not sure where you fit into our preparations,
right?
Basically, right? Wade points out that it's going to be nearly impossible to defeat the Korean team with only 3 months to prepare.
Right.
While the Koreans have been training their bodies and minds their whole lives.
She's got a point.
She says without her help, all your modern training techniques and high-tech equipment won't mean shit.
Pretty
Fucking
awesome.
A right, Wade.
Pretty awesome.
Couzo is taken aback.
I dare say he's a little amused by this, too. He's like, okay, Moxie.
He looks over at Don. Don's laughing.
Game recognized game.
Yeah, man. Now, the team is stretching out and nursing their hangovers, it seems.
Yeah, that's
right?
why I get that this is like the next morning, for sure.
So, Couzo, Wade, and Don enter the gym. Yeah, this has got to be the morning after the fight. There's this row of like these 5 buff, mulleted trainers off to the side. Couzo walks up and he says, baseball, Ray.
Yeah, just loudly announces.
He says they've got great uniforms and jackets, but until they're a real team, they don't get to wear them. They got to earn them.
Right.
Couzo says, now go run 20 laps, which Sonny astutely points out, that's 5 miles.
Which is not long. That's not a long distance.
Not maybe for a world-class athlete. That would kill me, probably.
I
could do it.
You could be done with that in less than an hour, I bet.
Maybe.
Guaranteed.
Okay. But let's get real. What are we thinking? Is Couzo like a fucking former karate champion or something? What is it? What are his credentials?
I don't know. It's like sometimes these guys that end up being hitting coaches in baseball that were never baseball players. It's like, how did you get that gig?
That's what, like, if he
But he
doesn't
obviously
have,
knows a lot about the sport.
Does he?
Well, I mean, in the
He's
tournament,
coaching
he's like,
them up?
yeah, he's like telling them
But it's always
strategy and stuff
bullshit,
like that.
counter.
But some of it, he's like, like get out of the way and do a ridge punch or whatever the fuck it's called. It's like, I think he knows. Technically, he knows what's going on.
I struggle to like buy these guys buying into what he's selling.
It would have been greater if they had established him as being like some former champ or something.
He's just sort of like screaming everything. It's like
James
it's like
Earl
a high
Jones.
school football coach or something. You know?
Baseball, Ray.
Baseball. I coached baseball, Ray.
It's a shame that there wasn't a dude named Ray on this team.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
The guys, they're all sweating their asses off on the track. Travis is like dragging ass behind the rest. But I say that, but he's keeping up with. They're all on the same, like, unless they're laps ahead of him.
yeah, I also love the bit where Sonny's like telling him to hang in there. You see like the camaraderie being built like
I missed
amongst
that.
the team. He's like, yeah, hang in there, man.
I did like where Alex is like, this is kicking my ass, man. I'm feeling it. Later, they're doing these grueling sit-ups.
If they've done like 160 something,
164.
Who knows what all else? That's probably like the end of the workout at that point.
Couzo tells them they can stop. Now Wade steps in. She kneels down on the mat to speak to them. I feel like she ought to be wearing a gi or something.
Well, she just got there, so
yeah, it's day one, I guess.
Yeah, I also made that note that it's like she's still wearing her suit and heels, and at least she took her heels off before she knelt down. So.
Mm-hmm. But she tells them, you're all great athletes, but that's not going to be enough against the Korean team.
Right.
She says that while Couzo is working on their fighting skills, she's going to work on their minds.
And to me, this immediately smacked of the bit in Mighty Ducks 2 where the tutor comes in. She's going to like work with Team USA on like their schooling and learning history and stuff while Gordon Bombay is handling the hockey skills.
Fucking A.
And I was like, wait a minute. This is the same shit.
Yeah, basically the goal is that in 3 months they're going to have a perfect like physical and mental health.
Right.
Virgil, I love this, is like very happy with what he's hearing.
He's eating it up.
I feel like this is the shit, though, that they all respond to, except Travis. But, like, he hates every bit of everything.
Right.
But, like, I feel like martial artists are not here to be, like, coached by a drill sergeant.
Right.
It's like a spiritual, philosophical type of art.
Right.
That they do.
Because even in the, as we'll see later in the movie, like when the Koreans are training and it seems that their coaches are very, like, militant.
Mm-hmm.
There's still moments where it's like, they're very calm.
Yeah.
There's obviously a mind-body connection.
Now, she asks, are there any questions? And Travis says, yeah, what's your phone number?
Oh, God. I love it. That's the response. Everyone's like, Jesus.
Now, she gives a really great monologue. She says, I'm here to teach you how to win. Winning isn't a sometimes thing. Winning is an all-time thing. We don't win once in a while. We don't do the right thing once in a while. We do the right thing all the time. Winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. And Alex says, hey, that's good.
Hey, that's good.
She says, that's Vince Lombardi.
Hey, go
Couzo.
Go.
Even Couzo was drawn in.
Yeah, I love that he's like, this spiel got him, and he seems genuinely blown away by Wade.
Like she's connected with the dudes in a way that he hasn't.
Right.
Right?
Well, it's because he's constantly just like, baseball, Ray.
He's just thinking about fucking the Field of Dreams all the time.
People will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
Couzo would have to be a total novice at coaching karate, though, not to realize that, like, it's important to try to connect with the guys in a way that's deeper than just physical. Anyway, at least in every single movie we've ever seen, karate is very spiritual. Now, later on at bedtime, Alex is making small talk with Tommy. Alex is asking Tommy, do you got any brothers or sisters? Tommy seems to ponder the question for a second and then says, no, and abruptly,
he's like reading a newspaper and he like plops it down and takes a long look at Alex and is like, no. And like throws it down and turns the lights off.
Turns the lights off. The plot thickens.
Ooh, what's happening?
Over in Korea, we got the coach has got the team doing these drills at this fucking badass temple.
Which can only mean it's montage time.
Oh, dude, yeah. Interestingly, I thought the Korean windbreaker said Korea in English on the back.
On the coaches did. I think on all the guys, it was not English, but on the coach's jacket, it did say Korean.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God for that guy. He's the subtitle.
Yeah. So we've got the Americans, the Koreans, they're training hard, punching, kicking, all that shit. The Koreans are fucking badasses.
Yeah, I love all the shots sort of seem to show the dichotomy between their training styles. And generally the Koreans just seem like they're training harder.
Yes. And we've got fucking Travis and Alex like struggling to jump rope.
Yeah.
Like, have you never jumped rope before? To me, that's like the basic fight training from every Rocky movie.
You see the Americans doing like regular push-ups, but the Koreans are doing wheelbarrow push-ups down a staircase and then push-ups on their knuckles.
On their knuckles on that stone bridge? Fuck that. I busted my knuckle against my brick wall in the house earlier, and I'm still feeling it.
Were you angry?
No, I was like trying to move a bag of dog food.
Were you being hit with it? Was Turk hitting you with a kendo stick?
No. These dudes, the Koreans are fucking killers, man. Travis working out wearing a fucking weightlifting belt all the time. Why?
Do you think it was to hide a belly?
I don't know if it was that or if it was like, you remember Hulk Hogan used to always just come down to the ring wearing a weight. Why though? Was that like just
I think it does
stylized in the 80s?
Maybe it also cuts your waist off if you've got a bigger waist. Not even that you're fat, just like it cuts your waist a little bit. Yeah, I love when Wade's like doing yoga with him, like taking him through like a sun salutation, and Travis like, fuck this.
Yeah, that's like
I'm gonna take a nap.
What is Travis doing here? That's all I keep thinking to myself. But anyway,
I also love the bit where the Koreans are running in the snow.
That's some Rocky IV shit.
But then they're like the slow-mo and the like
that is some hard ass working out, right?
Running in knee-deep snow.
Breaking a trail.
Huge time.
Yeah, man. So we figure it must be winter time. In California as well as Korea, but yeah. So Couzo is telling his team that in their competition, any ties are going to be settled by brick breaking. It's Eastern rules, he says. Okay, whatever that means.
Must do a dim mock.
But yeah, whoever can break the most bricks is going to be declared the winner in the event of a tie.
He also says that they can use their hand or head.
Shit, using the head would have been intense, man.
And that comes back later. There was an opportunity for that was sorely missed, but we'll talk about it later.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
We call that a teaser. So, Wade is telling them, you must center yourselves. Thoughts and action must be one. It's like some Miyagi type shit.
She is wearing a sweet Team USA gi.
Yeah, she's got the gi on now. Couzo asks for a volunteer to go first to break the bricks. Now, when no one steps up, he's like, okay, Wade will demonstrate.
Oh, he volunteers her, and she seems like
I think
surprised.
he was trying to punk her, right?
Definitely.
He's like, she's going to fail, and then they're going to, think she's
like,
a fraud.
fine, I'll do it.
So Wade steps up, chops through 5 bricks like it was nothing.
Like butter.
The dudes are impressed, at least I like Alex. Impressive. Clapping. Elsewhere, the Koreans are shirtless in the snow, chopping on tree trunks with their bare ass hands.
They were chopping the trees like this, and the snow was falling down.
It was definitely one of the most like visually striking things in the movie. I think the slow motion with the snow falling down.
The cinematography of that scene, I made that note. I was like, that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it's just composition. Everything about it was great. The Americans, they're having a group meal. Travis back on his racist shit.
Fuck him.
This scene is rough, dude.
Yeah.
He's like,
agreed.
Sonny walks up with a plate of ribs. Travis approves of. That's a white man's meal, Verge. Real food.
Ugh.
Fucking what?
I wish we could have seen the bit of dialogue where he criticized probably Virgil's food, saying,
it's too many greens.
Why are you eating that?
Why are you eating greens and tofu or whatever it was? He criticizes Virgil's meal. Tells Virgil, if you keep eating that shit, you're going to wind up like Hop Sing over here, gesturing to Tommy.
He's trash,
terrible.
Man.
How are the guys sitting still for this?
Because it's 1989. You don't say anything to your white friends.
Dude, shit gets worse. Like, he starts saying,
this whole bit, I was like, seeing it for the first time, I was like, holy shit.
This dude, are we supposed to be rooting for this guy or hoping he gets his face knocked off?
I think by this time we're like, okay, now it's time to stop.
Yeah, so there's some racist shit, disclaimer. he basically is like telling, if you keep eating that shit, your eyes are going to slant, your dick will shrink up, and you're going to open up a laundry. And the fucking dudes laughed.
I couldn't
Virgil
believe
laughed.
Alex laughed. They all laughed.
Tommy is
that.
like...
But
Tommy's
even
trying
Tommy,
to laugh it off. He's like, that's harsh.
Yeah, I thought, but maybe he thinks Travis is such a dickhead, but that was kind of funny. I don't know.
Alex is like fucking rolling on the floor type shit.
Yeah, I did not appreciate this scene in the least.
Travis keeps pushing, and Alex finally tells him, like, hey, man, shut up.
Right.
Travis gets mad at Alex, and now Tommy tells Alex. I'm
talking to you.
Tommy tells Alex it's okay, He's like, and Travis gets up in Tommy's face, asking, are you scared? And is he delusional enough to think like that he could take Tommy?
Oh, man. Tommy would destroy him.
He does at some point when they're sparring.
Yeah.
They've got everyone in the cafeteria is like watching this go down now. Couzo not doing shit about it.
Let the boys work it out.
Let's see what happens.
Let them work out their wiggles.
So Alex wants to step in. Tommy tells him, sit down, Alex. And Travis is like, yeah, sit down, Alex. Then he's like saying, what do you boys think? You think he's yella? How about it? You yella?
Huh?
Tommy turns to him very slowly and is like, obviously, which is he owned Travis in that moment.
Pretty slick little comeback.
That was awesome. Dude, I don't know if you were with me when this happened.
I'm always with you.
This was 20 years ago, college times, going to a Braves game. This was on the shuttle bus, from the Braves stadium back to the transit station after a game.
Like to 5 Points?
Or wherever. Yeah. Riding the shuttle back to 5 Points. There was a drunk-ass white dude who was like harassing an Asian guy on the bus. Were you with me for this?
I don't know.
It wasn't like horrible.
Was this when we went to it was like Braves Giants, like first game of the CS or something? Or
I think it was a regular season game. Okay. I think I was with my friend Bobby, so I don't think it was
maybe
you.
Maybe I wasn't there.
But this dude, just the white dude, kept calling this guy Bruce Lee.
Ooh, no, I don't.
He's
remember
like,
that
Bruce Lee, what's up, Bruce? He's like, hey man, Bruce Lee, do you know karate? It wasn't like hate speech necessarily, but it was clearly like racism or whatever. But this Asian dude, man, all the credit in the world. At some point, he told this guy, he's like, hey, shut up, Chuck Norris. It was like the coolest thing I've ever seen somebody say. And I'm like, you just owned that dude.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, for real.
But Travis Brickley, I don't know how he's not dismissed from the team.
He should be. For
this shit. You can't take this guy to Korea.
No.
What? He's got a problem with Asian folks, apparently.
Right.
Anyway.
He's trash. He's a trash human.
We cut to the dudes are watching these intimidating videos of the Koreans.
After racist mealtime. It's time for video training.
It's time for an audio-video tutelage. They're watching this video, intimidating ass shit of the Koreans training.
Literally doing a kick line where they each kick 2 boards in sequence all the way down the line. Everyone kicks 2 boards.
It's like any one of these dudes could probably kick anyone except for Tommy's ass on the team. Couzo's there and he says baseball. He says if you fight the Koreans today, you'd all be carried out on stretchers. Wade says, the Korean team, basically they're training 12 months a year, full financial support from the government.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, man. Don gives each fighter a dossier on their selected opponent that they're going to fight.
Ooh.
They have video playing of each of the guys training. I wonder where
Don's a collector,
Where'd they get this video?
Don's a collector.
Is it smuggled out of Korea?
Yeah, it is. Or Don went. He went there and took it.
His camcorder?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder also how is the decision reached on who's going to fight against who?
That is
it jointly decided between the teams?
I think it's weight class, but I don't think they ever mentioned.
They're all essentially the same size.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you're right. It's just they make 1 or 2 mentions to weight class,
right.
but it's for the most part it just seems like we're going to put our best against your best and our second best against your second best.
What about your
and
best
down the
of
line.
The best?
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
So Sonny is going to fight against Young Kim.
Doesn't seem pleased after he hears the rundown.
He's crippled more than one fighter with his strength.
Well, he's all right. So Young
shit.
Kim, I made the notes on all the notes that they gave for the fighters because as I was listening to this, I was like, wait a minute, and had to go back. So Young Kim's 155 pounds, gold medal in the '84 World Championship.
At his weight class, I guess, right?
Silver medal in the Tokyo Invitation. Okay, that makes sense if it's in his weight class.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlapping stats.
It's like he's
here.
won a gold medal, and then this other guy's won a gold medal the same years that these other two guys won a gold medal.
He's the best fighter of his generation, whatever the fuck that type shit means.
But how do they all win a gold medal in the same year?
It would have to be weight classes, I guess.
That then makes sense, and I can suspend my argument for the rest of this.
No, I mean, you're right, because they're just throwing superlatives out about these dudes.
But they also, this is like, it's Sonny's guy that they make they read his whole rundown, and then they say, Sonny, to beat him, we're going to have to make your moves smaller and more focused.
Yeah.
They don't go to that level of detail for all, or maybe they did, but they had to cut it.
It could be, yeah, it's odd because they, give this guy's weight and then they don't give anyone else's weight.
Right.
It's just whatever. But yeah, Travis is going to face Tung Sung Moon, the 1985 world champion, gold medalist, whatever. Great nonverbal acting from Chris Penn when the dude's breaking all these bricks and he just sort of looks fucking like he's disturbed by the video. Virgil's going to fight Han Cho, gold medalist at the 1986 Hong Kong Invitational.
Okay.
A lot of fucking tournaments going on out here.
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
Alex is going to fight against Se-Jin Kwan, ranked number 1 in his division, the best fighter of his generation.
All these guys heads up are in the same generation.
Yeah, what generation is that? Is he supposed to be older or
15,
younger? 20
years older than the rest of the guys on the team?
I feel like he would be younger than...
It doesn't make any... Yeah, Virgil's a young guy. Virgil's arguably the youngest guy on the team. And so the best fighter of his generation, all of these guys are around the same age.
Right? Because what gets me is then Wade tells Tommy, you get the prize. Daehan baseball, Ray.
I love that while the rest of the guys obviously have their work cut out for him, Wade sarcastically tells Tommy that he somehow you get the prize, and that this is such a big moment that Couzo has to take over the narration. He's like,
Daehan.
Okay.
Shit. But what's confusing is I would think that the best fighter of his generation, Se-Jin Kwan, is younger than Daehan, because Daehan seems like the elder statesman of the Korean team.
Daehan, I think at some point they'd say he's 30 something, right?
Yeah, maybe 35.
Yeah, 35.
Don't let his age fool you or whatever. But so is the best fighter of his generation this younger guy who's not as good as Daehan?
How would they even know that? He's only been fighting for a few yees.
I don't know.
It's such a stupid thing to say. Anyway,
it's fucking weird.
I did not like that.
But the dude Se-Jin Kwan, first we see him on this video hitting this killer fucking axe kick and breaking a bunch of bricks or something with it. And he's played by James Liu, who he's one of these dudes who turns up in countless flicks. But he was a very featured member of the Chang Sing fighters in Big Trouble in Little China.
These guys got enemies? These weekdays.
They are black with red turbans.
Holy shit. These guys are animals, Jack.
But anyway,
we should watch that movie right now.
Dude, yes, we
Turn
will.
Turn this off. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. No. Back to Daehan. Daehan. Tommy looks like he's seen a ghost.
Yeah, so let's talk about Daehan. 176 pounds.
Okay.
So winner of every major invitational for the last 10 years, except for the ones that his friends have won.
Right. That has to mean, I guess, winner in his weight class.
Or age division or something. Gold medals in the 84 through 88 world championships, except for the gold medals that his friends won. And ranked number 1 in the world, except for his friend that's the number 1 fighter in the world and best of his
generation. Right.
So anyway, but that's all I have to say about that.
Daehan, played by Simon Rhee, the real-life brother of Philip Rhee.
That is fucking awesome. Did not make that connection because I didn't read the credits that far down.
Simon also did all the choreographing of all the fights for the film.
He and his brother threw the shit down
in their fight is like the choreography and everything is like, these are some fucking fighters.
Oh my
man.
God. Anyway, so yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, dude.
Tune in.
So Alex leans into Tommy's ear, says, "No problem." Fucking, I like your sentiment, but
yeah, thanks for the encouragement, bro. Yeah, he's like,
I would almost have whether he leaned in and been like, "Better you than me."
Yeah, weak T smiling, but he really looks like he's gonna churl.
Yeah, we see Dahan on his video. He's hitting this like sort of Superman punch through a brick. Yeah, Couzo urges the fighters, hey, study these tapes and the dossiers, learn about your opponent's strengths and weaknesses.
Uh-huh.
Later on, Tommy is like tossing and turning in bed. Fade to a flashback of a young Tommy,
right,
eating an ice cream cone
and
like
sitting in the bleachers with his folks or something.
Oversized like snapback hat on his head, backwards.
It's a good look.
Watching his older brother David fight against a young Dahan in the tournament.
David's wearing a Team USA uniform of some kind.
That's right. Young Tommy is going to town on that ice cream cone.
Hell yeah.
And young Dahan, he doesn't have his goatee, and it's hard to ignore how much he looks like Philip Rhee.
Yeah.
Because they're bros.
Yep.
Dahan is just like beating the hell out of David.
Yeah, the match is not even close.
The young Tommy, he drops his ice cream cone and it splatters on the floor. And Tommy snaps upright in his bed. That's all we get for now. But it's obviously we're going to get more later. It would have been awesome to me, though, if the whole trauma had been like the dropped ice cream cone. My ice cream cone. So cut to training montage number 2. The titular song Best of the Best by Ike Stubblefield is playing over.
This is a shameless Eye of the Tiger ripoff, down to the lyrics.
It was awful. It was like everything about it was outtakes from Rocky, various Rocky movies. I thought Travis and others, they're wearing those weightlifting belts again. Fashion statement.
Yeah, I love the montage opens up with like Team Korea running 6 abreast down the street, which is super annoying. Like if a car is like, move,
move, bitch. Our boys though, they're getting into great shape. A lot of like muscle porn shots.
Some softcore muscle porn.
But yeah, no, they're not roided up like we're used to.
These are normal muscles, you guys.
They're natural type muscles. Tommy and Travis are sparring later. The team is wearing their uniforms now. So how much time has passed?
They must have graduated. I think a month and a half, maybe 2 months.
They're in the middle of training now. I guess they've earned those uniforms.
I think, we're deep into it now, I think, at this point.
Tommy's just like racking up points against Travis, but he's also taking it easy on him. Like he's not, he's pulling his punches basically.
Right.
If Couzo wants them to not be pulling punches, they should really be wearing headgear.
They should be wearing headgear. And,
like, if Couzo's on that like finish him mode, finish him,
kill him. So we have alternates, I guess.
But I can appreciate that Travis is pissed off at him for pulling his punches.
Yeah, totally.
Like, so after the match, Travis tries to take this cheap shot at Tommy, which Tommy's ready for. That was a fucking slick takedown he did on him.
It was awesome.
Couzo sends everyone to the showers except for Tommy and Travis. Couzo tells Travis, you better shape up or you'll be history, boy. And he dismisses Travis. Couzo tells Tommy, that was incredible, but I'm worried about you. You're holding back. Tommy says he's fine. Couzo says, why didn't you finish Travis when you had the chance? He's like, what are you afraid of?
Right, yeah.
And Tommy takes that personally.
What's that supposed to mean?
What's that supposed to mean? Couzo warns him, if you fucking take it easy on Dahan, you're going to get hurt. Now, cut to Tommy is just wailing on this heavy bag.
Wearing like a red windbreaker.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice. Maybe just to get a good sweat going?
I think so.
I don't know. It was also bizarre lighting.
Yeah.
Like
I think he turned
in a silhouette.
He turned
almost.
like a pin spot on, and
where did that? Like, what kind of gymnasium is this?
I don't. Dramatically lit.
But it's intercut with more flashbacks of Dahan destroying Tommy's brother.
Right.
It's revealed basically that Tommy's brother was killed in the match.
Right.
They let Mama Lee out there just like jostling David's head around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The Don is showing Couzo video of that very match, and Couzo instructs him, let's keep this tape secret. Secret from who? I don't know. I guess
he's like, have you told anyone about this? Has anyone else seen this tape? Like, why would they have? Yeah. Don's like, no. So Couzo's like,
this is our
keep
secret.
It that way.
I was thinking earlier, it was inconceivable that they didn't already know about the history with Dahan and Tommy's brother. But like, I don't know, maybe it's something they realized later.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we knew about this, but we didn't know that David Lee and Tommy Lee were related.
That's because they're racist.
They all look the same to me.
Shit.
No, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just something they realized that they didn't. They realized there must be something they didn't know. Couzo sent Don to do some deeper research.
Maybe they couldn't afford their industry publications. They couldn't afford that subscription, so none of them had been reading up on it.
I just feel like, I mean, I guess it's possible they know he killed a guy in a match, but they didn't realize there was a, you know, dude was a kid at the time. Yeah,
there would have been like, did you hear about the death in that competition a few years back?
Well,
people would have read about that. If you're keeping up in any way with the sport, you would have known.
It's odd that they didn't mention when they were showing the videos, like, he's killed a guy in competition.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, Tommy is just like punching this heavy bag until he collapses, like physically and emotionally exhausted.
He can barely lift his arms and tries to like keep going.
Alex enters the room to try to comfort Tommy. The way this shit was lit, you would think they were about to fuck.
It was very odd. You could hardly tell who anyone was.
Yeah. Alex tells Tommy, hey, it's late, man. And Tommy's like, you know, Dahan's working just as hard. And he's like, well, maybe, but even, you know, whatever. Even Dahan sleeps.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know about that, but whatever. Cut to another montage.
What?
More training.
Thank the old gods anew for another training montage.
Dahan is shadow boxing and just screaming.
Screaming like a fucking crazy person. I love this. It's like slow-mo jump roping, inverted sit-ups on the back of your teammate.
What the fuck was that
fast
shit?
Jump roping, people working various punching bags and pads, and just lots of shadow boxing and screaming from the Koreans.
That shit with Alex like doing the sit-ups on the back of one of those trainers or whatever?
What the like,
I imagine him calling the trainer and be like, hey, buddy, I need you to come to the gym so I can do some sit-ups on your back.
You can't stack some mats, buddy? Or like Rocky, hang over the edge of the barn or the hayloft and do your
hang yourself from
sit-ups?
like an oxen yoke.
No. I need you.
I need you. I need to climb on your
fuck.
I need to climb on your back and do some sit-ups, pal.
Okay.
I need you at the gym now. It's late night.
Stat.
I know.
I did some coke. I want to train.
There was someone who I suppose must have been Virgil doing these like kicks, like spinning kicks to the speed bag. Although you never really see his face, I'm not convinced that it wasn't a stunt man
I think
or
it was
something.
probably a stunt man.
But the lighting just remains very stylized through all of this.
I think it was probably because some of it was muscle porn, like, you know, just the guys doing. But a lot of it, I think, was like some of these guys can't do that kicking shit on the bag. Like that.
It's weird to do these karate movies and you don't just cast karate guys. You cast like actors, especially
or bring them in.
Dudes
with
like Sonny
time.
and Virgil who barely have anything to do in this movie. Like, just cast some fucking ass kickers.
Yeah,
but,
because there are guys that could play those. They're not strong personalities, but they're distinct personalities.
It required minimal acting. Those parts.
Yeah, agreed.
But so later on, Wade's got the guys meditating outdoors in the grass. She's instructing them to inhale joy and courage and exhale fear and doubt.
I love that.
Dude, yeah, that's some solid fucking like...
Do you meditate? You ever try to meditate?
No, but I need to. Like, watching these, I'm like, I need some of that. I need some like joy and courage and like, let's get rid of the fear and doubt.
YouTube is I have in the past year plus probably meditated more than I ever have, and I've tried to make it like an everyday thing, like just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's a super, I mean, it's like take some like time to get into the practice of it, like stilling your mind and like being able to observe a thought and let the thought pass and stuff. But the inhaling joy and courage and exhaling fear and doubt, that's strong. That's a strong intention.
It resonated with me. Yeah,
it's a strong intention.
That's great. So everyone's participating except, of course, Travis.
Fucking
seems bored by it all.
The person who needs it the most, probably.
Again, like, are we supposed to find him objectionable as a person? Or are we supposed to sort of be like, I'm Team Travis. I like Travis.
I think that's for the people that are like, oh, that's how I feel about meditation.
A bunch of fucking Newton hippies. That type
That's
shit.
of the devil. Meditation's of the devil.
Oh, shit. Meanwhile, the Koreans, they're meditating like under a fucking waterfall.
Yeah,
shit looked really cold.
They take even their meditation up a notch or two. Yeah, they're shirtless, standing under like an icy waterfall.
We saw them in the snow earlier, so it's got to be wintertime.
Same place.
Yeah, man, that's fucking brutal. And then we got Team America. They're jogging together on the beach, fucking Rocky 3 shit.
Yeah.
They're running in the water, which just bothered the hell out of me. I'm like, running with wet shoes and socks is terrible.
It's so stupid. Plus, running on the sand is going to probably be a harder workout.
Yeah,
probably.
Running on the sand's a fucking great workout.
Yeah, it's hard as shit. Anyway, I thought that was an attempt at loose parallelism between like the two teams, one in the winter, one in the summer.
Yeah.
Like you saw the guys running in the snow, you see these guys running in the sand. Not great editing if that's the case, but I was like, at least this scene I thought was you're supposed to get the idea that the team is like coalescing.
Yeah, and I think it's like they've reached their full powers.
They're on the mountain yelling Drago at this point.
Drago! Yeah, Rocky 3. They're Apollo and Rocky hugging in the water in their short shorts and tank tops.
They're about to kiss. It's going to be awesome.
But that's going to have to wait until
I need
next
the kiss
week.
now.
Damn it.
All right, fine. All right, I guess we'll hit pause for now. We'll beg you guys to come back. We're not going to beg you. We know you're coming. We know you're coming for this.
Yeah.
Episode 4 coming up next week. We hope you're enjoying the show. Shout out to our friends in the Last of the Action Heroes podcast network.
Absolutely.
Love you guys. We hope you're enjoying the show. And if not, don't tell us about it. Or do tell us about it.
Do. Just keep listening and we'll be back.